Today, I'm going to share some very important information on how to lose belly fat in the easiest way, especially the type of exercise you should focus on. I've said before that exercise only accounts for about 15% of belly fat loss, while diet accounts for up to 85%. But the question is, what type of exercise is the most effective to help you lose belly fat? I recently came across a fascinating study that reviewed 54 different studies. One notable point is that many people still rely on the calories in, calories out theory, meaning they think body fat is simply the result of consuming more calories than you burn. However, that energy equation has been proven wrong many times. Suppose you reduce your calorie intake, what happens to your calorie burning rate? Your body adapts. If you reduce your calories by 20%, your metabolic rate will also drop by around 20%. I'm not saying calories don't matter. In fact, if you eat so little that your body doesn't get enough calories, you will lose weight. But the issue is, can you sustain that method long-term? Moreover, not all calories make you fat. You need to look at calories through the lens of hormonal impact. Another factor is the set point. Some people, no matter how hard they try to lose weight, can't go below a certain weight, for example, 155 pounds, about 70 kilograms. That's the weight their body wants to maintain. And unfortunately, extreme dieting can increase that set point, making it even harder to reach your goal weight. So, what is the most optimal exercise to lose belly fat? If you're training the wrong way, you might be wasting your time at the gym without seeing results. But before we talk about the specific type of exercise, the most important thing is to switch your body into fat-burning mode. Your body has two main sources of energy, sugar and fat. Most people only burn sugar, that is, calories from their most recent meal, and as a result, they never tap into stored fat. Your goal should be to get your body to burn fat not just while sleeping but also between meals. The key hormone that determines whether your body burns sugar or fat is insulin. When insulin is high, you won't burn fat, you'll only burn sugar. When insulin is low, your body begins to burn fat. Burning fat isn't the body's natural preference because fat is a survival mechanism. The body loves to store fat, especially around the belly. But if you understand how hormones work, you can use that knowledge to switch your body into fat-burning mode. Among the 3 calorie sources, carbohydrates, protein, and fat, only carbohydrates significantly raise insulin levels. Fat has virtually no effect on insulin. However, that doesn't mean you can eat all the fat you want and still lose weight. The most effective way to get your body into fat-burning mode is by lowering your carbohydrate intake and reducing how often you eat. This is known as intermittent fasting. I have a friend who followed the ketogenic diet, low carb, high fat, but still couldn't lose weight. He was constantly eating fat bombs, high fat snacks, and even gained weight. He overlooked the crucial factor, intermittent fasting. Eating less often is just as important as eating low carb. Because every time you eat, even a small snack, you raise insulin. If you really want to succeed, you need to combine both strategies. Exercise can help improve certain important hormones in your body, especially growth hormone and testosterone, which are crucial for building muscle. However, if your goal is to burn fat, walking is actually more effective. When you walk, you're performing a low-intensity activity. In the first 30 minutes, your body burns stored sugar called glycogen. After that, true fat burning begins. You start burning pure fat. That's why it's ideal to walk at least 1 hour a day, and possibly up to 2 hours. This is just intentional walking, not counting the steps you take throughout the day. Although walking only burns about 200 to 300 calories per hour, which might not sound like much, the benefit lies elsewhere. Walking helps lower stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which are major barriers to weight loss. Moreover, walking significantly improves insulin resistance, a key factor in metabolic health. I strongly recommend using a pedometer or step counting app to track your daily activity and aim for around 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day. Here are some tips to help you walk more throughout the day. Take your dog for a walk. Invite a friend to join you for extra motivation. Walk at a slightly faster pace rather than too slowly. Choose stairs or uphill routes when possible. Walk in nature and take in your surroundings to reduce stress and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the system that helps you relax and recover. Avoid walking on a treadmill while staring at your phone or a screen. You'll miss out on the mental benefits of being present in your environment. Turn walking into a little game. Have fun with it, don't take it too seriously. Track your steps each day and try to gradually improve. If it's raining, walk indoors. I used to walk up and down the stairs and around the house when it snowed, and it still worked. Here's another small tip. Take a light walk after meals, especially if you're feeling bloated or have digestive issues. Walking can help significantly. I also want to share a recent personal experience. I decided to undergo stem cell therapy. They took fat from my body, extracted the stem cells, and injected them back to help heal damage, in my case, old injuries and spinal arthritis. But here's the surprise. I didn't have enough fat for the procedure, so the doctor asked me to gain about 5 pounds of belly fat. That may sound like a small amount, but to gain that much fat, I had to gain even more weight overall, because the body doesn't just store fat, it can also build muscle. I went from 183 to 197 pounds, mainly by eating more carbs but healthy ones like fruit, apples with peanut butter, blueberries, and purple, red potatoes rich in antioxidants. I ate 3 meals a day plus snacks to increase my calorie intake. I live on a farm with lots of hills, so I'm usually very active. But when trying to gain weight, I realized I had to reduce my activity, especially walking, because walking too much burned off all the extra calories. After the therapy was done, I went back to my original diet, just 2 meals a day, cutting out fruits and potatoes, especially apples. I'll release a separate video soon on the stem cell therapy and my results, since recovery takes time. But for now, you've learned the key principles. The next step is to find out specifically, what should you eat to get the best results? Check out the next video right here. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a video script, blog post, or voiceover style narration.